बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम अल्लाहुम्मा रब्बि ज़िदनी इल्मा सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम आमीन अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन. In this lecture, I will discuss the solutions of S1 variant 53 of June 2020. And for this, I am using the work of an outstanding and one of my best student, Miss Maharosh Kasbati of class 2022, the Lyceum. Well, all these instructions are very important, especially this last one. Give non-exact numerical answers correct to 3 significant figures. Always follows these instructions. An important advice for me and for everyone, we should be calm. Two important tips to solve the paper in a good way. Number one, read the question carefully. Number two, avoid careless mistakes. Question number one. John goes to college each day by any of car or bus or walking. These are three ways: car, bus, or walking. The probability that he goes by car is 0.2. The probability that he goes by bus is 0.45, and the probability that he walks is 0.35. When he goes by car, the probability that he arrives early is 0.6. This means early. When he goes by bus, the probability that he arrives early is 0.1. When he walks, he always arrives early. Always means 1. So this means early, this means not early. This is 0.6, so this must be 0.4. Since this is 1, so this must be 0. This is the fully labeled tree diagram of this situation. Part B. Find the probability that he goes to college by car, meaning this option, given that he arrives early. Given that means the conditional probability. So all these three options will be in denominator. This is the formula of conditional probability. So you need to write this outcome, and this outcome. Sum of these three in denominator, and this option should be in numerator. And you can give your answer in fractional form or in decimal. This is better. Make sure you will give 3 significant number if you are giving your answer in decimal. Question number 2. In a certain large college, 22% of students own a car. Part A. 3 students from the college are chosen at random. Find the probability that all 3 students own a car. All 3 means if this is P, then P times P times P. That means PQ. This means all 3. So 0.22 to the power 3. And this is the answer in 3 significant figures. Part B. 16 students. So this situation is of binomial now, because we have fixed number of students. So x follows binomial with n16. Find the probability that the number of these students who own a car, this means 22%, this is P, own a car, is at least 2 and at most 4. At least means greater equal, and at most means less than equal. So we need this probability. This is here. We have to use binomial distribution here. So 2, 3, 4. 16C2, P to the power 2, and Q to the power 14, and so on. This is the formula of binomial distribution. NCX, P to the power x, Q to the power n minus x. Make sure you give your answer up to 3 significant figures. Question number 3. In a certain town, the time x hours for which people watch television in a week has a normal distribution with mean 15.8 and standard deviation 4.2 hours. Part A. Find the probability that a randomly chosen person from this town watches television for less than 21 hours? This question is of normal distribution and it's a very simple question. We need this probability x less than 21. First, we need to convert our statement from x into z by using this formula x minus mu over sigma. So x is 21, mu is 15.8 and standard deviation is 4.2. Now this number is 1.238, less than 1.238, meaning this is here and we need this area. Since this area is large, so this is always phi. So you need to write this as phi and you know how to calculate, how to find this from table or calculator. Part B. Find the value of k for which x less than k probability is 0.75. This is the inverse normal question. First, you need to shade this probability according to this sign of inequality. Since we have lesser sign, so we have to shade from lower tail to upper tail in this way. So this area is here and this number is positive. Now you have to check this number in table or calculator. This is phi inverse 0.75. The answer is 0.674. So you need to equate this thing with 0.674. Therefore, k is 18.6. The most important part is the shading. When we have lesser sign, then we shade from lower tail to upper tail. Since this area is greater than 0.5, so we are here. We have crossed this 0. And this number is 0.674, which is the inverse, phi inverse of 0.75. Phi inverse 0.75 is 0.674. Question number 4. A fair four-sided spinner has edges numbered 1, 2, 2, 3. A fair three-sided spinner has edges numbered -2, -1, 1. Each spinner is spun and the number on the edge on which it comes to rest is noted. This is the first spinner and this is the second spinner. And sum. The random variable x is the sum of the two numbers that have been noted. Part A. Draw up the probability distribution table for x. In order to draw the probability distribution for x, this possibility space will help you the most. Since we are taking the sum, so -2 plus 1 makes -1, -2 plus 2 makes 0, and these are the possible values for x. So x can take -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Probabilities. Since this number has probability 1 upon 3, all numbers have same probability here. 1 upon 4, 1 upon 4, 1 upon 4, 1 upon 4. These are the probabilities of these numbers. I'm writing here 1 upon 4 so that the situation won't be complicated. 1 upon 4. See, we have just 1 minus 1. So the probability of this -1 will be 1 upon 3 times 1 upon 4, which is 1 upon 12. We have just 1 4. So the probability of this 4 will be 1 upon 3 times 1 upon 4, which is 1 upon 12. We have 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3. The probability of this is 1 upon 3 times 1 upon 4, 1 upon 3 times 1 upon 4, 1 upon 3 times 1 upon 4. So 1 upon 12 times 3, which means 3 upon 12. Similarly, you can get the probabilities of these numbers. Now we need variance. For that, we first need to work for mean. So the formula of mean is very simple. The sum of product of these numbers will give you the mean of this distribution. Minus 1 times 1 upon 12, 0 times 3 upon 12, 1 upon 1 times 3 upon 12, and so on. This is the answer of the mean. Now ex square. Ex square means square of this, and then you need to multiply this with its probability. So minus 1 square times 1 upon 12, 0 square times this, 1 square times 3 upon 12, 2 square times 2 upon 12 makes 8 upon 12, because this will become 4, 4 to the 8, 8 upon 12, 9 to the 18 upon 12, and so on. And this is the formula of variance. This minus square of this. You can give your answer in any of the form, fractional form or decimal form. But if you are giving your answer in decimal, then it must be up to 3 significant figures. See, this possibility diagram is very helpful to construct this probability distribution. Next question, 5. A pair of fair coins is thrown repeatedly until a pair of tails is obtained. This question is of geometric distribution, and your requirement is a pair of tails. The probability of 2 tails is 1 upon 4, so P is 1 upon 4, and this is the formula of mean of geometric distribution. The random variable x denotes the number of throws required to obtain a pair of tails. Find the expected value of x, that is the mean. This is the formula of mean. So 1 upon 0.25. This means 0.25. So 1 upon 0.25 will give you the mean of this value distribution, random variable x. Part B. Find the probability that exactly 3 throws are required to obtain a pair of tails. For that, you need to use this formula of geometric distribution. Exactly 3 means q power 2 times p. So this is q power 2 and this is p. Q is 0.75 and p is 0.25. The answer is 9 upon 64, or in decimals 0.141. This is better. Part C. Find the probability that fewer than 6 throws are required to obtain a pair of tails. Fewer than 6. You need to use this property of geometric distribution. 1 minus q to the power 5. So 1 minus 0.75 to the power 5 will give you this answer in 3 significance figure. The last part of this question. On a different occasion, a pair of fair coins is thrown 80 times. Now this situation is of binomial. This is binomial. N is 80 and P is 0.25. Use an approximation. Since N is very large, N is greater than 30, greater equal to 30, so we have to use normal approximation to solve this question. To find the probability that a pair of tails is obtained more than 25 times. So we need this probability. And you all know, when we use normal approximation to binomial distribution, then we first do continuity correction. So the first possible integer value will be 26. Here is the number line. Number line is the best way to do continuity correction. So 25 means write the first possible integer value. The smallest possible integer value of this inequality is 26. Whenever we use number line, we first write the integer value. In this case, the smallest integer value, which is 26. Since we are going on this side, so we have to take the lower bound of this number. This is the way to do continuity correction through number line. I discuss these things in detail in my normal distribution lecture. Well, we need NP and NPQ, because this is the formula of Z. x plus minus 0.5, this is for continuity correction, np over under root npq. So we need the mean and variance of binomial. The mean is 20 and variance is 15. So when you will convert this x into z, you need to write 25.5 here minus np divided by under root npq. We use this formula here. Now the numerical value of this is 1.42. Since we have greater sign, so we need this area, and this area is 1 minus 5. This is 1 minus 5, 1.42, which is 0.0778 in 3 significant figures. Next question, number 6. The annual salaries in thousands of dollars, this is important, for 11 employees at each of two companies A and B are shown below. Represent the data by drawing a back-to-back stem and leaf diagram with company A on the left-hand side of the diagram. So you just need to observe the smallest value and largest value of this data. The smallest value is 26 and the largest value is 64. So you need to start with 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For A, 30, you need to write 0 here. 32, 2 here. 35, 5 is here. 41, 41, 42, 47, 49, and so on. Do the same thing for company B. 26, 47, 7 is here. You have to, this one is in ascending order, but this is not in ascending order. You have to convert this into ascending order after completing this. First complete this stem and leaf, and then do this in ascending order. You have to draw a stem and leaf by pencil. So for company B, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 26, then the next number is 47. It should be here. 30, 0, 52, 41, 38, 35, 42, 49, 31, 42. See, this is not in ascending order. You have to convert this into ascending order in this way. 0, 1, 5, 8. This should be 1, 2, 2, 7, 9, so on. So your stem and leaf must be in ascending order. Ascending order in this way, ascending order in this way. And you have to mention the key. The key is extremely important, otherwise you will lose 1 mark. You can take any number, either this 3 with this 1 and this 2, or these 2 numbers, like 1, 4, and 2. So this 41 means 41,000 for A and 42,000 for B. First explain this and then explain this with unit and with this dollars, 1,000. The next part. Find the median and the interquartile range of the salaries of the employees in company A. This is so simple. If you know the formulas of mean and quartiles, you can easily do this. The formula for median is this. 11 n plus 1 upon 2th. 11 means n. So n plus 1 upon 2th observation. N is 11. Therefore, 6th observation is the median. This is the 6th observation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 42,000 is median. Q3, this is the formula for Q3 for odd or number of observation, and this is the formula of Q1 for odd number of observations. So n is 11. When you will put 11 here, you will get 12. 12 upon 4 means 3, and 3 times 3 makes 9. So 9th observation is Q3. This is the 9th observation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 52,000. Q1 is the 3rd observation. This is the 3rd observation, 35,000. The last part of this question. A new employee joins company B. The mean salary of the 12 employees is now this. So we first need to check the total number of total of the salaries of company B's employees. So when we will add all these 11 numbers, we'll get the total salary of these 11 employees. So the total is 433,000, 433,000. This is the total amount of salary of 11 employees for company B. Now, this is the mean of 12 employees. So uh, we need to add the salary of this person. We need to assume that the salary of this person is X. So if we will add X into this data, and if we will divide this information by 12, we will get the mean of all 12 like we will get the mean of 12 employees, which is 38.38500. This is 38,500. When you will solve this equation, you will get the salary of that new employee. The other way of this question is here. This is the other way. You can do this question in this way as well. You can get the total of these 12 persons, the salary of these 12. So total will be 38,500 times 12. This will give you the total. Let me check what is this number. $38,500 times 12. This is 462,000. So this is total for 12 employees. For N12, and we know the total for N11. The total is 433,000. When you will subtract these two, you'll get the salary of the new employee. So this is the other way. You can do anything. Both the methods are fine. The last question of this paper, number 7. 7 part A. Find the number of different possible arrangements of the 9 letters in the word. We have 2 L's and 2 E's. So we need to arrange all, therefore 9 factorial divided by 2 factorial for 2L and 2 factorial for 2 E's. These are the number of ways. Find the number of different arrangements of the 9 letters in the word in which the first letter is C, the fifth letter is T, and the last letter is E. So these letters are fixed. You don't need to arrange these letters. You just need to arrange the remaining 6 letters. So 6 factorial divided by 2 factorial for 2 L's. The answer is this, 360 ways. Part C. Find the probability that a randomly chosen arrangement of the 9 letters in the word does not have the 2 E's together. There are 2 ways to solve this question. Number 1, the box method, and number 2, the spaces method. But this method is simple. First, you need to arrange both the E's together. So when you will arrange 2 E's together, you'll get this 2 E's, which is 2 factorial over 2 factorial means 1. You don't need to mention this. The remaining number of letters are 7, therefore this should be 8 factorial divided by 2 factorial for 2 L's. So the number of arrangements when 2 E's are together is this, 8 factorial over 2 factorial. Now you need to subtract this from total because we need this, does not have the 2 E's together. So total minus this will give you the number of ways in which both the E's are not together. These are the number of ways. total minus this. Now since you are working for probability, so you need to divide this by the total, which is 90720. The answer is 7 upon 9. This is the last part of this question. 5 letters are selected at random from the 9 letters in the word. Part D. Find the number of different selections if the 5 letters include at least one E, meaning E is greater or equal to 1, and at most one L, meaning L less than or equal to 1. Since there are two E's, so we have these two options. We can either have one or two E's, one E or two E's, and we can have one L or no L. This is the restriction, and these are the remaining 5 letters. So now you have to make the possible selections. You have to consider all possible selections and you have to list them in this way. So selections with one E and no L. One E and no L. Two E's with no L. See, one E, since we are selecting 5, therefore we need 4 from remaining 5. We already have selected one E, so we need 4 more letters from remaining 5 letters. Therefore the answer is 5C4 of this way. Now selection with 2 E's and no L, so we need 3 more letters from remaining 5 letters. Therefore 5C3. Now selections with one E and one L, so we need 3 more letters from remaining 5, 5C3. Now selections with 2 E's and one L, this is 5C2 because we need 2 more letters from remaining 5. If you will observe these 4 ways, you will see that we followed these restrictions, and there are 35 possible ways to select 5 letters with this restriction. Well, this is all. An important advice for me and for everyone: we should be nice. Good luck. And I'm extremely thankful to Ms. Maharosh Kasbati who helped me to make this lecture. Indeed, she is an outstanding student. May Allah Pak bless her always. Ameen. May Allah Pak give her the best grades. Ameen. Allah Hafiz.